Based on what they're showing us, it seems very fake. When we're being presented with things like the moon landing footage, one just has to look at it with a critical eye to see that it's all done on set. Based on what my senses tell me, the Earth is flat.
So how did you first discover that the Earth was flat?
I've been doing it for about the last couple years, traveling around the world as an international sales representative. And as I traveled around the world, what I observed on almost every flight was the same exact thing, the flat plane below.
Why would NASA lie to us then?
Well, NASA was developed for the purpose of lying to us. Their purpose is to perpetuate the globe lie. Every story they tell us has the purpose and subcontext that we live on a globe.
An idea such as flat Earth is laughable, easily researchable and disproven with a few clicks of the cursor. A flat Earth scientist himself discredited the movement using a highly technical laser gyroscope to prove that the Earth does not rotate, an idea which was quickly disproven by his own experimentation. This idea is just as absurd as many facts which we see on a daily basis. So, what separates it from other big issues? Our assessment of truth oftentimes does not lie in fact, but instead in an evaluation of absurdity. For a truly educated society, we must move past assumption and rely instead on what is factual, and what is nothing more than a conspiracy theory.
The last 15 years, there has been no recorded warming. Contrary to all the theories that they are expounding, there should have been warming over the last 15 years. It has happened. Ted Cruz, 1.3 billion from the oil and gas industry.
You know, back in the 70s, I remember the 70s, we were told there was global cooling, and everyone was told global cooling was a real big problem. And then that faded. Ted Cruz.
The emissions that are put in the air by that of a volcano are 1,000 years worth of emissions that would come from all the vehicles, all the manufacturing in Europe. Lisa Murkowski.
We have been trained to trust those with authority, or fancy facts said with confidence, so much that denying the evidence of climate change is seen as a political belief, not a logical misstep. But really, what makes this idea less fallacious than a flat Earth? The answer? Its believability. The fact that we cannot see it with our own eyes, and therefore the change cannot exist. However, this too, just in the sense of flat Earth, is nothing more than a conspiracy theory. NASA has stated that there is a 95% chance current climate change comes from human activity. And we have seen carbon dioxide levels rise above a level never seen in our history. Over 18 scientific associations concur, including American Medical Organization, U.S. National Academy of Sciences, and Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. With 18 out of the 19 hottest years on record occurring since 2001, climate change is an obvious reality. The line between bad information which sounds reasonable and bad information which seems absurd is very thin, and realizing that is the first step in harnessing information to work for you, not against you. In an age of information, we are quick to take the easy route of acceptance. However, this has led to an influx of false information spreading like wildfire, as seemingly fantastic facts and explanations take over reality. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. We laugh at the flat earthers, anti vaxxers, and 9/11 conspirators every day for their ignorance. But what have we as individuals overlooked? It can be as large as denying climate change, or as small as believing a representative failed to vote for her own bill. In this age where any information is at the tip of our fingertips, there is no excuse for such ignorance. When presented with information, just remember fact. Forget, assess, confirm, and tell. Firstly, you need to forget your own biases and what others have told you, and take an objective look at the information and at any research you pursue. Secondly, you need to assess the speaker's position. If they are trying to win you over or sell you something, you may want to take a second look. When presented with facts that seem too good to be true, assess where the information is coming from and who's behind it. Large financial contributions or political support talk far more than one's words, and when it comes to information, you really do put your money where your mouth is. Thirdly, you need to confirm the information with other sources and credible organizations, studies, or so on. This can include things like NASA, governmental databases, or peer reviewed studies. You really want to check to make sure that the information has been proven more than once, because if it hasn't, it's likely not been proven at all. Finally, you need to tell others. It is not enough for you alone to know the truth. If you find information which is faulty or untrustworthy, don't let others fall victim. It is important that we live in an educated society so that it can continue to function to the best of its abilities.